Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Go to loud laugh, make the whole night something. Hands up, don't panic, we came for the win. Flow start shaking when the crew walk in. Say it one time and say it again. If you know, we don't need pretend. OG Network, round opinions don't matter.
Fat that chula.
Make the whole place shatter. OG Network, OG, tell them who the king is.
Chula, fat that chula.
Every mouth get fearless. Chrome on the smile and the crowd get louder. Talk slick online, steal your phone when we around your firearm Friday. Heavy on the chest, not a game, not a test. So we the loudest in the West. Ron got a lot to say, but we never need that. We in the front row where the real ones react. Fat that chula grand like he know the whole script. OG Network stamp, put it all on the wrist. Hands up, don't panic, we came for the win. Flow start shaking when the crew walk in. Say it one time, then say it again. If you know, we don't need pre. OG Network. OG Network, round opinions don't matter.
Fat that chula.
Make the whole place shatter. OG Network, tell them who the king is.
Fat that chula.
Every mouth get fearless.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. Fire. On Friday.
Woo! It's gonna be a short night because Ronna's on a roll.
Yeah,
and usually when you're on a roll, that means he's tired. So this is gonna be.
I got alter egos. I do have an alter ego once in a while. He shows up, and he only shows up when I'm like tired or I get to the point of like fatigue.
Right.
And then then there's an alter ego called Artie.
Oh my gosh, Artie.
And he started to show up, and you would think I had a whole thing of alcohol.
Oh my!
Like he looked like he's drinking and walking.
We don't need none of that. Definitely not.
But,
so what's good, brother Ron?
Nothing, man. Welcome to Fire on Friday today. Of course, I was out fishing earlier. Caught a couple. But it was a good day. Man. I was talking to my nephew a little earlier, man. I'm gonna try to see if I can get him on come in on the show Sunday. One of the Sundays, man. I forgot that he had this Dodge. He has a Dodge with a Hemi in it. I think the 5.4 Hemi. It's a white one. It's nice though. It's nice. It looks like his look. You got that car that's like his baby. That's his baby. You can see that look. You know how when you was a young boy, Jay, and you like, yeah. So yeah, hopefully we can get him in on one of these Sundays. And man, I missed that car show.
If he ain't got the Hellcat, he ain't got nothing, man.
Nah,
gotta have the Hellcat. You're gonna get a Dodge. If you're gonna get a Dodge, you gotta have the Hellcat.
Because
that joker growls.
I don't know if the year that he has with the Hellcat was. I don't think it was out. He has an older model.
Oh, okay, that explains it. All right.
So he has an older model. He don't have the actually Dodge Charger. He has the Chrysler 300 with the Hemi. Yeah, he has the Chrysler 300 with the Hemi. I know we're going to be talking about firearms, but y'all calm down. We can talk about cars a little bit too, because that's going to be Sunday show. So don't be looking at us like, why y'all talking about cars? It's supposed to be guns and firearms.
That's because that's our new Sunday show, which is awesome, and it's gonna be just as popular as this show right here, the Firearm Friday show, because we're going to catch everybody going to church, and we're going to catch everybody coming from church. Because some of y'all go to that church book reading early in the morning study or whatever they call that thing. from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Then you get home by 12. You get to sit down and listen to us talk about, man, I missed that car.
Yeah, man, it was a good show last week, but it was a real good show. In the first show episode, y'all got to get the introduction of where both of our car experiences have started, and we do welcome people into that show if they got something they want to talk about, a car they missed. And here's the thing: the show is not just about a car you missed. That's the main topic, is talking about a car. But there might be a car you hate, you can't stand, you love, you missed. Car that gave you all types of nightmare problems, but you just sticking to it anyway. All that stuff. I mean, some new stuff, old stuff, weird stuff, crazy stuff. I gotta find out who this guy is, but I'm one day when I get a chance, I'm gonna send you the link, man. It's this guy you should watch. He should build all this weird stuff. So we're gonna do a show on that one day. But I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But he's very creative, but he builds his stuff out of his head, but he doesn't like design the stuff. He just builds it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's weird. But we'll get into that one day, man. But I'm back to Fire on Friday. Of course, y'all know I'm tired. Of course, because I was out.
And we appreciate you taking the time to come to the show.
Yes, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. But Jay, you have anything for today, or was you tired too?
Did you think I ain't got something for us to talk about? Me? You know I always got something to talk about.
You always got something to cut. I'm the unprepared one.
Well, with that being said,
I'm the one that technically shoots from the hip.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question. We've talked about gun laws and how important they are, right?
Yes.
I don't recall if we ever touched the base on gun laws in other countries.
We hinted, but we never actually talked about it. Okay. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Me personally, I guess because I don't really pay them that much attention, I'd be like, that's their problem. Their problem.
Now, it's funny you say that. And the reason why I say it's funny you say that is I know for 100% fact, many years ago, I'm going to say maybe less than 20, maybe less than 10. I'm going to say maybe less than 10. Less than 10 years ago, the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and the DEA, set up base in Puerto Rico. Now, if anybody knows, Puerto Rico is supposed to be considered one of the United States.
Right.
So the whole question was, why would they set up there? Kind of find out that 90%, I'm trying to remember, 90% of the illegal firearms that were found inside the United States, of course, from California to New York, Florida to Maine, had found that 90% of illegal firearms came from Puerto Rico. So they were funneled in through the ports of Puerto Rico. And then, of course, from Puerto Rico to the States, no one's checking because it's Puerto Rico. So the reason why, and it was a big thing. It was a big thing. Now, the reason why I was talking, the reason why I brought that up is because one of the videos that I want your opinion on is based off of a situation that happened in Brazil. I was talking about it, I believe the last segment or the segment before, where I said there was a woman that was charged with murder.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Okay, I found the video.
Okay.
And unfortunately, in the United States, it's, how they call it, it's X'd out because it's very, very graphic. I had to sit there and say, how can it be so graphic, but yet in the United States, you got people doing things similar and maybe even worse. And listen, worse is just the tip of the iceberg, because the other video I'm going to show you is going to be right there with the what in the Sam hell's wrong with society. And it comes back to how you're always talking about, and I concur with what you're saying. changing gun laws or fighting about gun laws does not stop the crime from happening, right? All it does is hinder the law-abiding citizen from the Second Amendment and the 14th Amendment, as we both talk about.
I also think it has a reverse effect. I actually believe it has a reverse effect.
How so?
Meaning that the tougher the gun laws, the worse the crime gets. Like they're saying they're doing it to make right. They're saying that it makes crime to cut crime, but I think it has the reverse effect. And the reason why I say it has reverse effect because here in the United States, the county places that have the toughest gun laws have the worst crime. The ones that don't has less. So that's why, in my opinion, I think it actually has a reverse effect. And I'm gonna let you get back, but it was a conversation that I had with my brother one time, and he was like, "If you hand everybody bats, baseball bats, it'll be a bunch of people getting hit with baseball bats." And I thought for like a split second, and I listened. And I thought about it. I said, I have to disagree with that. He said, "Why?" I said, "Because who gonna want to throw this first swing? And what if you miss?" And I said, if everybody has a bat, who's gonna want to hit the first person with the bat, knowing that if they don't hit them good and take them out, they're gonna be getting beat with a bat. And then it's like, who gonna be right? I said, so I hear what you're saying. I said, but in reality, if everybody is standing there with the same like weapon, like nobody's gonna really want to take that first shot because the first shot you might get somebody, but then you might be getting shot at more than you shot at. Then you shot out. So that's why I said, I don't know. So that's why and like, it's like, Jay, if I walk into a place getting ready to fight somebody and then they stand up and then there's more people with them, I don't want that fight. So my opinion on it is more good guys with guns stop bad guys with guns. That's the point.
This is true.
Right. That's the ultimate. And that's why I think that. But if you got a lot of bad people out there doing stuff to people without guns, you just gave them open season to do what they want to do because they don't care about the actual law and the consequences of the law. What they care about is being able to rob and steal and get away with it.
That's true. No, you're absolutely right. I cannot disagree with you.
Can't steal twice. A dead man can't steal twice.
This is true. You can't. A dead man can't do any crime ever again, which is the most important part. I believe in it. Now, with that being said, for some reason, Ron, I'm at a point where I'm really starting to think that you have my phone bugged. Okay, because for some reason, somehow, some way, you always find a way to reference a video that I want to talk about. There has not been a time, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, nieces and nephews, near and far, please understand something. Ron and I have never physically met each other face to face. Okay. We've never been in the same room physically, ever. But for some apparent reason, this brother right here, I think he got my phone bugged. Because every time he comes up with a theory about something, it's about a video that I want to talk about. In almost everything. Whether it's Firearm Friday, whether it's when we was on the Fracker show, when almost every other show we do, he always has a theory about something I want to talk about. So just a moment ago, he was referencing baseball bats. Was he not? Did you not just say that you was having a conversation about baseball bats and who's going to take the first swing?
You're right.
So as we talk about gun laws, and we understand that if the person, good people with guns can actually stop bad people with guns, is what you have said.
Right.
So wouldn't a good person with a gun be able to stop a bad person with a baseball bat?
I mean, yeah, it should be able to. I mean, right? unless you waited too long to shoot.
Oh, I'm not going to show that video because that one has a lot of controversy, and I still want to get some
Okay.
There's another video
All right.
that I want to get some more meat on the bones before I present it. But now let's take a look at this here. Let's take a look at this one here.
All right.
What you do that for? I didn't do nothing. No, I'm not. I told you. Oh shit! Help! 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 I told you I'm not. Oh man. Oh shit! Okay, I'm not. I told you I'm not. Give me your phone. I know you're not. I don't have it. I know you did. Oh shit! Keep fucking playing with me, man. I told you I'm not. And if you call, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you. Okay. And I'm not fucking playing. All right.
Well, first and foremost, as graphic that
I was over
is,
here trying to duck the bat. Like,
I thought you was doing that for comical reasons, but damn, all right, appreciate it.
man.
Now, we all know what an aluminum bat, well, I want to say all of us should know what an aluminum bat sounds like when it hits a hard surface. You hear this loud ping noise.
Yeah.
And we heard a lot of pinging going on.
I heard a lot of this too.
Now, you know, this goes back to my reaction videos, and I apologize for laughing at the situation, but damn it. Come on now.
He was alive. We can laugh.
Yeah, he's alive. Right. He walked away with a few lumps, as Wild E. Coyote say, and Bugs Bunny would say, just 3 or 4. So now, if that man, which I tell you, his employer in a moment, if that man would have had a firearm on his hip, you think the guy with the baseball bat would have survived?
Probably not. But here's the even deeper part. If he would have saw him coming and probably, pulled his firearm out before they even got, he probably would have stopped and dead in his tracks. Oh, I didn't know you had that with you. And said,
that's right.
Okay, we're gonna have to reconvene another day.
That's right.
Now,
I agree with
if
that.
he kept coming,
I cannot disagree with you. Now
the picture brought up a video with the baseball bats.
This is what I'm trying to say. And I got another one, but I can't show that one just yet because I gotta go get some.
I'm gonna give you a little backstory. It doesn't really. We'll get in that later on in the show.
No, I want to hear the story.
I don't even know. Huh?
I want to hear the story. Tell me the story. This is story time.
This is more on the spiritual aspect, right? Not really.
Okay.
All right. Me and my lady would go different places sometimes. You know how you go to get food, restaurants, and different stuff like that, right? Now,
okay.
And she used to. There was a guy in there that worked behind the register, maybe a little older than I am. And this happened on more than one occasion. I'm just using this guy as the first example. And every time I would go in there to get food, he would be like, "What's up, Prophet?" I get you not. And I'd be like, and I used to be like, you know how you don't want nobody to call you something? So I just I would just like, yo, what's up, man? Like whatever. And It has happened on many occasions, right? So I'm just giving you this back. I'm giving y'all a little bit of backstory, and it's happened on me many times in my lifetime. Like people will say stuff, and I'm not a title person. So when people try to give you esteemed titles, I try to pull myself out of it because I'm like, nah, y'all, and I don't want to touch that, right?
Right.
So, but anyway, he would say it all the time, right? So we walked out of the place getting some food, after getting food in there, and I told my lady, I said, I'm gonna let you know right now, they're not gonna be there very long. And not even 6 months later, they was out of business.
Damn.
So of course, my lady, she's like a real troller, like she loved to troll. She every time she would hear people say that, she kept calling me that to be funny because she know I don't like the. So she like, What up, Prophet? What's up, Prophet? What's up, Prophet? Now, maybe there's a gift, and I'm not gonna say that I don't have the gift, but I'm just saying I try to back off away from stuff like with like titles and stuff because I'm like, nah, I don't want that job. But I can tell you this much, Jay, and I'm not saying that I am or not, but I can tell you that I got easily 1,000 stories.
Wow.
And that's why when you say it, it's like, oh, I feel like I'm going down that same tree again.
Well, the good thing is that nothing on our end is going to get closed down. That's the big part. And I won't call you that term because I want the channel to keep going, so I will refrain.
But it's just weird that you say that. It's like, because the first time you said, I was like, okay, maybe that's just coincidence. Then the second time you say, I'm like, and then the third time you say, like, it's almost every show. It's like, what are you doing?
What do you want me to do? I mean, it's just you mentioned the story about the baseball bat. It just happened to be it was one of the topics I wanted to talk about. Like, is it my fault that it happens to be that we think alike?
You want to hear something funny? I had that conversation with my brother 2 years ago.
Ouch. Damn.
2 years ago, we was in his car. We was just, I forget where we was going. Somehow or another, we got on that topic, but neither here nor there. Back to the Fire on Friday show, but that was just the kind of like a backstory. It was just like, that's why you see me reacting with like, here we go again. But
I'm gonna take that as a good thing. I don't care what you think. I'm gonna take it as a good thing.
All right. I'll take it as a good thing too. But it's just me. Like, you know how I'm not the type of person that want to be extinct. So when people start to put titles on you, I just kind of like.
Well, I ain't got a title for you, but you are esteemed.
Oh, no.
You're an esteemed colleague of mine. Great minds think alike, and that's the reason why we do so well when we do shows together, because we have great minds. So
his mind's just a little bit greater than mine.
No. You could pull that hat out of somebody else's tailpipe. That mine. No.
Make sure y'all hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it.
Yes, hit the subscribe button and the like button because it actually lets us know that the content is worthwhile. And share it, of course, because just because you don't like it, somebody else may like it. Now,
yes, sir. Go.
Ron, we both know. Now, I'm going to piggyback off what you said there a moment ago, because, of course, this is something that we talk about a lot about training. And we watched a video how a professional trainer almost unalived himself on camera. And he was a professional trainer, but he failed to look at the signs. Right? We watched that. We watched how trainers think that they're untouchable. And we watched weapons hit them in the face. So, to piggyback off of your statement, what if the guy that got hit with the baseball bat had a fire on him, right? If he had his fire on him. If he had his handgun with him and he was able to turn around fast enough to see the guy come with the baseball bat and he pulls it out, maybe he would have stopped the guy with the baseball bat. Possibly. Yet, the guy with the baseball bat really had a lot of anger in him. A lot of anger. Yeah, and I'll tell you why, because I dug deep into it. And what would have happened if he would have went, the guy in the blue shirt would have pulled out his pistol, and at the same time pulling it out, got that first bing, and then drops it.
Well, I think there's a lack of reality when people think about firearms. And depending on
that. I do.
I'm going to refresh Jay, and I'm going to be back because I'm getting a lot of freezing, so I can go back to that question.
I'm gonna run the gun commercial. Hold on.
Cool, no problem.
Go ahead. As we wait for Brother Ron to come back, please enjoy.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Gene Davis coming to you from Anubis Arms. We're here in Oaks, PA, Oaks Gun Show. My wife Frances, Domingo here at our tables. We're based out of Pennsauken, New Jersey, right on Westwood Avenue by Cove Road. We are South Jersey's only black-owned firearm storefront. We also have a gun club. We offer training. We sell firearms, ammunition, and accessories. So come check us out.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got it.
Got your mic on, Jay.
Graciously, graciously, Ron is back, and we're going to talk about this baseball bat attack. If the guy had a handgun on him, a firearm,
right?
Ron had mentioned there's a possibility that the guy with the baseball bat would have halted in his steps before striking him with the baseball bat. There's a strong possibility. Go ahead.
Listen, there's a strong possibility that if he would have pulled out the gun, he probably would have. The guy might have stopped. But let's just say, like you said, you get a chance to let one off, firearm wise. Here's where the people don't understand about when someone gets shot. It doesn't stop them immediately.
Nope.
The part that everybody seems to forget.
Yep.
Now, it's like the whole situation. They say, well, why didn't he shoot the tire out of the car instead of shooting the person in the car? Like the car going to stop moving because you put a bullet in the tire. This is how people that don't understand firearms, how stupid sometimes they don't realize how dumb they sound. To a person that understands more about firearms, and like, what are you talking about? You think a small bullet's going to stop a moving vehicle? You lost your darn mind. He did the right thing. You got to stop the person as soon as possible. Now, here's the thing.
Right.
Even shooting the person doesn't stop them immediately. But you got a better shot at shooting the person than you trying to shoot a vehicle to stop it with a 9mm gun. And it's the same thing with a person. If he was coming with that baseball bat and he would have turned around and shot him, it wouldn't have stopped him immediately.
Nope.
The adrenaline in him would have probably still allowed him to come and keep swinging. Now, if he would have boom, 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 and backing up away from him, then he probably would have stopped.
Yeah, there's a possibility of that. There's a possibility of that.
There's a possibility. But if he would have stood there and let one off and that guy was still coming, I'm not saying he wouldn't stop. What I'm trying to say is you don't know. You don't know when it's going to happen.
Right.
That's my whole point. So sometimes when people say, oh, why did they let off multiple rounds? A lot of times people don't realize that one round in somebody is not going to stop that person that have intentions. Like you in your head, it might sound like a great thing, but that's not reality a lot of times.
Correct.
So a lot of times when you see the police officers multi-shooting somebody, it's because they understand that when someone's coming to do damage, they're not always that one shot is not always going to stop.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact, and I agree with you.
You ever watch hunting, Jay? You ever watch hunting?
Yeah.
Now, some animals you see them hunt and they hit them one time and they fall.
Right.
How far do you see a deer get after they hit the deer in the heart?
Oh,
deer still running until they start to bleed out enough that they collapse, and then what they gotta do? They gotta go find out where it collapsed at.
They gotta go find it.
Could you imagine that adrenaline in that deer is so? Like people say, oh, if a bear attack, you shoot. No, you gotta boom, 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 and naming that might not stop it depending on what it is. That's why when people start saying, oh, multiple rounds, you don't understand how they operate. A gun is not a stop all. It's just not.
No, it's not.
That's the reality. It's not a stop all. It can eventually the person might bleed out. The gun is what gives you the distance,
right,
to do damage. That hopefully that person doesn't get too close to do the damage to you and you might get a chance to back away and stuff like that. Let's say if you try to run, some people are like, well, just run. No, all right. You run like you know how fast the other person is.
Facts.
This is the stuff that people don't think about when they say, oh, just run. All right, you don't know how fast the person coming at you, they might be able to run you down. They might be a person that jog and run all the time and you don't. Now you out of breath and then you still going to have to turn around and try to defend yourself.
Facts.
So that's just my take on that, is that, I mean, I think that was one of those moments where I think he should have had, what's up, not too late. And guess what? You're not too late.
Not too late.
And I think that was one of those moments where even if he had a firearm, if he would have presented the firearm, it might have had stopped the guy from even coming closer because the threat of the firearm might have been enough to stop. But that's not always the case, because what did we just see last week?
Okay.
It didn't stop the person.
Oh no. Sure didn't.
So that's just my take, bro.
Well, you planted a lot of good points, and I appreciate how you did that, because of course it shows everybody that we just not talk out our tails. Okay, what we talk about is, we debate things, or we talk about
I tried
things.
one time, it didn't work.
Yeah, it did. I failed terribly with that one. I failed.
Everybody that's on the line right now getting visuals like, what do you say? He tried to talk out his ass? Excuse me, y'all, but this is my point, is when I get delirious, when I'm tired and I start to get delirious, so just hang in there with us. Not too late. Had a question.
Let's answer this question before we go further. I don't want not too late, because we appreciate not too late stopping, and make sure you hit that like button, please, and make sure you share the channel.
Should carry. All right, when you say immigrants, okay,
there it
is. Clarify, because that's what I was getting ready to go. Like,
yeah, we was about to jump all over that one.
All right.
Well, go ahead, Ron.
I'm gonna have to think on this a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay.
It's like, no, I'm joking. Hell no.
Okay. So you don't believe?
And I'm explaining. I believe they shouldn't know. And I'm explaining to you why.
Go ahead.
All right. Illegal immigrants, meaning that you're not legally here in the United States, right?
Right.
This is just my take on why I know. Number one, you can have them, but you're not abiding by. You're already not a law-abiding citizen by breaking the law to get here. So our United States Second Amendment Constitution, that applies to American citizens.
Right.
So if you want to, so my point is, that's why I'm glad they cleared it up when they said illegal. Immigrants, that are people that immigrated here through the system, the right way, the legal way, I think 100% should have right to keep and bear arms, because you are now an American citizen and you have adapted to the American way. Okay. Someone who's an illegal immigrant clearly show you they don't have respect for your country by coming the right way. They broke the law to get here. Now, if felons, if citizens in the United States of America, meaning it is a felon, which me personally, I don't think they should. I think they should have, but because the United States of America makes felons not able to legally carry a firearm, why would I want someone from another country have the same right that someone born and raised in this country, because they broke some type of law, can't carry, but I'm going to be okay with somebody that broke the law from another country can carry. So for me personally, that's a no go. Don't mean they're not going to. Don't mean they're not going to.
Okay.
But that's just me on my take.
Okay. Now here on Firearm Friday and many of the other shows that Brother Ron and myself, we graciously do together, this is where our points of cross paths, in other words. So do I believe an illegal alien, or illegal immigrant rather, an illegal immigrant should carry a firearm? I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain why. And I'm going to piggyback off of what you said about the person that was incarcerated that has a felony,
Right.
and that is now allowed to carry a firearm in the United States
Legally.
So legally. So let's go with that part first, right?
That's the point that I'm making, is the legally part. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. So let's work on that part first. That person has served X amount of time in a prison,
Right.
and is considered labeled a felon, now comes out and has the legal right to carry a firearm, yet has to go through hoops and hurdles just in order to get that permission. And this is the key word now. Permission. That's the key word. Permission to carry a firearm. Right? Now, we also know that the Second Amendment doesn't say you have to have permission. It specifically and indicated wise, it states you have the right to carry a firearm. And the 14th Amendment says that you have the right to protect your property.
Right.
So if a person has a felony, they have to go through hoops and hurdles just to say, well, I want my right and stated that I can carry and legally carry a firearm to protect what I have. The government will still turn around and say, well, based off your felony, we're still not going to allow you to carry it for X amount of time.
Just to be clear, I do not agree with felons not being able to carry. Just so y'all clear. This is something that everybody knows, but follow my channel. Yeah. I think felons should, if you should have access to the same stuff everybody else have access to. I disagree with felon aspect.
Right.
That's
right. So and I'm glad you said that, because now watch this. Now watch. Listen to what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
The felon should have the right to carry the firearm, but the illegal immigrant should not, because they came from another country. I get that part. Now let's understand one small infraction here. This illegal immigrant is now in the United States carrying a firearm to protect him or herself from the other individuals within the United States that are not legally allowed to carry a firearm. So how do they protect themselves? And hold on. How do they protect their family members that are born here?
Go back home. Where you belong.
This is not very good, my friend.
Huh?
Just in case, for that matter, for that situation there, my friend, you are incorrect about what you are saying. Because technically, we are the first immigrants that were here. And we have the right to carry firearms as we wish. You Americans just want to make things difficult.
Like, I honestly don't want government involved. I really do not want government involved. But here's where it's not going to stop illegal immigrants from carrying firearms in the United States of America, because we have already captured illegal immigrants with firearms right here in the United States of America.
Facts.
All right, so it's not going to stop. But my whole point is really not, because they're illegal immigrants. The job of ICE is to do what? Capture and deport them. Send them back to their country.
Right.
Imagine if we legally let them have firearms, what ICE will be up against even more, which they're already up against, but even more.
Right.
So my thing is this: if you want to be able to carry in the United States of America, just come do it the right way.
Okay. And I agree with you. Do it the right way. I totally agree with you. And I'm going to piggyback off a statement that I heard. And if anybody wants to challenge me on this, they'd be more than glad to do it. The director of the Department of Motor Vehicles, I believe it was California. Don't quote me on where, but I believe she was from California.
It was California. don't care. I'm blaming California for everything.
She openly said that she would give illegal immigrants driver's licenses because they're gonna drive anyway.
Yeah, that was
So,
California, amongst
in
other
fact-
states too.
well, here we have a person that's openly saying whether we try to refrain them from doing it, they're gonna do it anyway. But at least this way, we have some type of way to track who they are if something goes wrong. That is kind of a smart way to do it, but that's where government tyranny comes in again and messes up the whole damn game plan. Because the government is not supposed to infringe on your right. We know this.
Right. Here's where, to me, when it comes to that driver's license thing, and I get the point that she was trying to make, being able to track them, but if you pack them up and send them back home, there's nothing to track.
No, you still have to track them.
No, they send them back to their own country.
No, you still have, believe it or not, they still get tracked.
I mean, I don't care if they track them in their own country.
No, they get tracked here in the United States.
But that's what I'm saying. If they come over here illegal, pack them up, send them back to their country,
and they
leave them over
do.
there.
Well, here's the bad thing. Go ahead.
And I know they bring them back. Huh?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
I know some of them come back. I get
a whole lot of them.
But here's the thing with this. When we get a license, right? When you got your driver's license, you had to go through a process.
Right.
You didn't escape. You couldn't escape around the process.
No.
Right. So why should someone?
Go ahead.
And Jay, don't tell on yourself. We on YouTube. Don't tell on yourself. But why would someone else? Why would someone else be allowed to escape the process if we can't escape? So the first process would be come to the country the right way, respect the country. Like, all right, this is my theory on it.
Go ahead.
Let's say I come to visit your house, right?
Right.
And when you come in your house, you want me to take my shoes off at the door.
Damn, I was just thinking about that. God dang it.
Stop it.
Fucking Ron.
And you say, take your shoes off at the door. And I don't. Am I respecting your home?
Absolutely not.
I'm not respecting your rules.
No, you're not.
Right. And that's how I see when it comes to like this whole situation is the rules in the United States says there's a process that we have to immigrate over. And
right.
Now some may say that the process is too hard. I don't know. I don't think someone should be I don't think something like that should be that easy, because I think you need to make sure you know as much as, even though you're not going to get it right all the time, you need to know for sure what it is you're allowing in the country, because you don't know what you're opening yourself up. If you just let it be easy, you could be letting in murders, liars, killers, thieves, terrorists, and you don't vet them enough and keep tracking them to see their movements over here. It's crazy. So I get what she's trying to say when it comes to giving them driver's license, but here's where that I think is a bigger problem, is that if you don't respect it at the border, you're not going to respect it in the country. That's where the respect.
Right. And the border is the actual door to the house, as you just mentioned.
Right.
So the border is the actual door. So if you can't respect the door, then how are you going to respect the actual laws that are behind the door?
Right.
And I agree with you 100%. Yet, unfortunately, we've already experienced for the past 18 months, I want to say, on how many illegal immigrants were found in the United States that have been here multiple times, have been deported multiple times, have been given money by the United States multiple times. And they still keep coming back, and the government still keeps giving them the resources that is supposed to be given to the actual residents and the people of the United States. So when we come to look at how that question poses here on Gun Talk, we first have to understand that why are the illegal immigrants being treated above the law, the correct way, and yet the citizens are being treated the opposite. Because again, when we talk about gun laws, we talk about gun laws and government tyranny. Government tyranny is a government that should not infringe on your right. So
Not
if
one bit.
I want to have
Not one bit.
not one bit,
That's why
but they
said
do.
all gun laws are racist. All gun
Well, of
laws
course.
are unconstitutional.
Of course, I agree.
So,
because
but-
you're going.
I don't like, you know, the immigration part. And my thing is that's more reasons why, again, with all of these people that came from other countries, more reasons why you should have and be prepared. Because not only do you have to deal with the ones that are over here, now you got to deal with ones that are over here that might have worse intentions than the ones that we already grow up living with every single day, as far as criminal wise. I'm not even getting into the government. I'm just saying criminal. Like, we deal with our own criminals. We already have to deal with our own criminals.
Right.
So imagine you go to another country and you say, oh, you know what? We're going to send America's taking our criminals. So we're going to send criminals over there. I'm not going to send my best. That don't even make sense. I'm going to send the worst.
And yet that's what they done.
Right.
That's what
I'm
they
not
done.
Gonna, they don't even. If you're going to send some, no one throws away good stuff. They throw away trash.
Right.
So if you're going to take our trash, all right, send it to you. It's not like they're going to say, well, let's go get the doctors and the lawyers and all of the great, wonderful people. Let's pack them up and send them to America so that America can be an even greater country and have the best of the best there.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I guess there is a country out there that nice.
Y'all know they ain't. Not one I read. I haven't found one from all my readings yet. I'm gonna disagree with that.
That's
one.
crazy.
So
what's the other video you got?
all right, let me just finish one thing about this the video with the baseball bat. Now, I never mentioned the guy that was getting beat with the bat. What was his job? He's employed by somebody.
Okay.
Now, this is where the confusion comes in with this specific, because this is where I think you're gonna scratch your head when you hear this. The guy that was getting beat with the baseball bat was a mailman.
Let me find out the mailman was a baby daddy.
Close. Very close. He was he's being accused of dipping and dodging inside what was her name? Miss Parker's house. While he was delivering the mail.
And you mad at the mailman.
Right.
You out here. This is where it gets stupid. You were out here ready to beat the mailman up for what your lady doing while you not around. His job is to deliver the mail.
And to deliver packages.
His job is to deliver packages. He's in the service business. He comes
Very
to your
much
house,
so.
he leaves something, and he goes away. And usually,
Very true.
it's white.
This is also true.
And he goes away. But again, the mailman has no commitment in that relationship. Your woman did.
None. This is true.
You out there ready to beat the mailman up, go to jail. Now, here's the thing. You did what you did. Now, the cops come and you assaulted the mailman. Now, here's where people don't understand something about when you assault a mail person. Guess who the mail person works for? Federal government.
Right.
So guess what you're going to have to deal with?
And
That's a federal.
No. That's where the slippery slope comes in.
Yes.
This is where the slippery
Now,
slope
so-
comes in, because a lot of people
So-
believe that employee of the Postal Service is covered by the federal government. They are not. They are not federal employees.
My uncle was. He worked for the. My uncle was a. He worked for the mail thing, and he told me straight up. He said, "Now there is some incidents."
Damn it, he froze. Why is it when he's talking good stuff he freezes? God dang it. We have to get Ron some new Wi-Fi. That's what we have to do. We have to get Ron some new Wi-Fi so he doesn't freeze when he's gotten up with some good topic, damn it. It was about to get juicy. It was about to get juicy. He was about to start seeing the first debate here on the Fire on Friday between Ron and myself. So as Ron gets ready to refresh, we're going to run a 30-second commercial. So stand by while we wait for Ron to come back and enjoy this conversation by this brother here.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Gene Davis coming to you from Anubis Arms. We're here in Oaks, PA at the Oaks Gun Show. My wife Frances, Domingo here at our tables. We're based out of Pennsauken, New Jersey, right on Buzzwood Avenue by Cove Road. We are South Jersey's only black-owned firearm storefront. We also have a gun club. We offer training. We sell firearms, ammunition, and accessories. So come check us out.
So with that being said, as we wait for Ron to come back, because Ron is having some technical difficulties, the brother there has his own gun store inside the state of New Jersey, which surprisingly has altered some of their rulings from what I've read, which shocked me very much so. And that was going to be one of the topics we were going to talk about tonight.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let
But
me
again, listen,
go ahead.
that was a long time. Honestly, that was a long
give us
time.
your story about your family member that was.
I had relatives that worked for the post office. Matter of fact, I have more relatives that work for the post office, and he mentioned that to me a long time. He mentioned that, but it has its limitations. That's my whole point. Was it does have its limitations, but that was a long time ago. That was like forever ago. He's no longer here now.
Okay,
but I mean, I'm not saying he's right. I don't know, but he just said, nah, if certain things, they're, like if you steal someone else's mail, it's a federal crime.
Okay.
I know somebody got arrested for that too.
Okay. Well, let me read. Like you said, it's specifics. This is where the situation is, where it's a thin line, a slippery slope.
Right. As I said, like he was the way. I'm not like I said a long time ago, so I'm not 100% sure. But it was like he said there's a whole lot of gray area in it. But go ahead, shoot for it.
So they are considered federal employees,
right?
But they belong to an independent establishment of the executive branch,
right?
That operates under a distinct personnel system, rather than the standard civil service rules. So that's that slippery slope. That's that red tape.
That's what I said. It's like it's not clear.
Right. Because again, many years ago, I did a reaction video on a postal worker that was arrested by the local police department while he was in his truck delivering mail. And come to find out that when they went to court, he went to court under the impression that he was a federal employee. And of course, they read all the documents and read everything, read that fine print, and come to find out he was not a federal employee.
All right, see, now that's where, if he committed a crime, or was the crime committed against him?
He was allegedly he committed a crime.
Right. So you see where the slippery slope now. Now, in this guy's case, he attacked a federal employee. So he's not. So in his case, he might have to deal with something because of the fact that he attacked. And if he was on the job at the moment, that might make it even worse. But
you didn't see all the papers flying? That was made.
The papers flying. I'm just not making the assumption.
He was working his route. He was working his route when that dude jumped out.
He just left Miss Jenkins' house, huh?
Yes, he just left Miss Jenkins' house. And Mr. Jenkins rolled up on him with the aluminum bat.
Yeah, I mean, and he was
Now-
looking across the street, and she had that garden hose, and he was dressed
He's
up.
like, Miss Parker, Miss Parker.
Miss Parker.
He said, let me.
And he was just over there like, I'm supposed
can
to
you
just
come play with this hose and water down what you got to water down that garden?
Yo, that's crazy, man. But yo, he took a beating, man.
Well,
I'm surprised he stood up.
It's probably because all the pinging we heard was actually the bat hitting bones versus the skull.
Yeah.
Because there's another video out there that is very, very graphic that shows something very similar, and it's ugly, and it's about how they claim the police was shooting at the person, but the bullets weren't hitting them. But they failed to understand, like what we were talking about a moment ago, the bullet is not designed to unalive the person with one. It takes many to unalive the person. They got to become Swiss cheese,
Right.
because the adrenaline is so high, it doesn't mean there's no effect. So you can hit them with 20 bullets and they still keep coming. That's why a lot of people want to say, you know, when it comes to law enforcement, unaliving a person, they say, oh, they shouldn't have shot that many times, but you don't know the situation. One video that I did a reaction, one video I did a reaction on. Go ahead.
How many times did 50 Cent got shot?
Oh,
9.
multiples. Yeah.
He got 9 times. He's still here.
Yeah.
See, this is the point that we're trying to make, is that people think that once you shoot somebody, it stops the whole situation. No, it does not. And this is why I think the level, sometimes we ignorant to someone, realize we don't realize until you start being around firearms, understand the functionality, understanding that when you shoot somebody, this is why they design bullets different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A range round will go through you.
Right.
But a hollow point, that mushrooms will stop inside you. Then you got some that'll rip apart in you.
Yeah.
Meaning when it hit you, it separates inside of you. So again, you just don't. The whole design behind a bullet is that different bullets do different things, and then of course the more you spend for it is more designed to have stopping power. But it does not stop nobody instantly, man. It's not one of those things that people think that, oh, if I pull out a gun, it's going to stop a person. Nobody wants to get shot.
No.
So that's why I say sometimes just brandishing the gun to somebody, sometimes that stops it long before.
Right.
That's what you hope. You hope that the person says, all right, I'm good, and go away.
It gives you that 30-second window to really think about, okay, what's the next move we're going to do? We're either going to go the full route, or we're just going to stop right here and back off.
And if a person keeps coming, that's intent. Once if you show it and they don't stop and they keep coming forward, if you're going to sit there and try to figure out what they're doing, it's going to be too late.
We already watched. It was too late.
Right. It's better for you if you show it and you backing away and say, back up, leave me alone, stay back up, and they still coming.
Even if you
a baseball bat, I'm surprised he got up off the ground off that baseball bat. I'm dead serious, because this dude must not be a very good baseball swinger, because baseball bats can crush your skull.
This is true, but aluminum bats, they're not really designed to do that, though.
I mean, I know that because they don't have that solid, they hollow inside.
Right, they're hollow.
So they will. There is some give to the aluminum bat when you hit somebody. It's going to bend. It's going to indentation. So it does have a lot of pain. Yeah, but I don't.
But if he would have had a Louisville Slugger bat like back in the day, there'll be no getting up from that. No.
Batter up.
Yeah, just like Nelly said, yes. So we're gonna move on to if you don't mind, can we move?
No,
to
we're good.
All right, cool. The next video is very, very graphic. Okay, it's very graphic. It's very disturbing, and for the viewers, please understand this is for educational purposes only, and it's fair use. Okay, so Ron and I, we have this thing about training. We always talk about train in order to utilize weapons.
He's about to mess up my sleep. You about to mess up my sleep. I know it. About to mess up my. No, go. I'm talking to the audience.
I'm not gonna mess up your sleep. I promise you. This one will not mess up your sleep. So we speak about training constantly. We watch a trainer that has been dealing with every sort of weapon that man can actually put their hands on, right, and almost unalive himself. We watched a trainer with a simplified revolver almost take himself out because he wanted to show off to the people he was training.
Yeah.
We talk about always assume, or matter of fact, always say that the gun is loaded until you finish doing what you're doing. We said it all the time. We also have said, and I could be mistaken, and Ron, at any time, please say I'm wrong. We also have said that what quantifies a person to be a trainer, whether it's military service, whether it's law enforcement, somewhere along the lines, many years of messing around and or fiddling with guns, rifles, and stuff of that nature. So the video we're about to watch is about a military police woman.
Okay.
Right? This story, I presented it a segment or two ago because I didn't have the details. I was looking for the video. I've been looking for the video and I finally found it. This is a woman that is military police. Okay. Now, when I say military police, please understand military police. That means she is trained expeditiously on variant weapons, meaning she is supposed to know everything possible about every kind of gun she puts in her hand. This woman now has been charged with murder in her country because of what she did. Now, wow. Let me tell you, before we watch the video, let me tell you what has happened. Of course, this happened in Brazil. Brazil is a country that is crime riddled.
Yeah.
Right?
They still putting more tougher gun laws, thinking that's going to fix the problem.
Exactly. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So this woman, a military police woman, gets out of her vehicle, starts walking towards her house late at night or early in the morning, whichever way you want to look at it. Two guys roll up on motorcycles with these bags, like delivery, like the Uber Eats and DoorDash. They got this big old box on their back, and they roll up on her. She doesn't think anything of it. She keeps walking. They go to rob her, not knowing who she is. But before I finish telling you the story, let's watch the video. Again, ladies and gentlemen, nieces and nephews, friends and family, the video we're about to present is very, very graphic. So please understand it's under fair use. We can use it because it's educational. And Ron and I, we speak about education when it comes to firearms. So bear with us as we watch this video. Ready, Ron?
Yes, I'm ready. I get to you. I guess.
Oh. Now, the reason why I have to pause is because I want, again, it's fair use, it's educational. Ron and I, we speak about safety, we speak about gun laws, we try to teach the people a different way to look at how you handle your own firearm and why the protection of the firearm and the 14th Amendment coincide together with the Second Amendment. Now, Ron.
Mhm.
You saw how the guys were dressed up.
Right.
You saw it was a well-lit street. It wasn't even a dark street.
Uh-huh.
She's wearing she's wearing very light colors, so you can see her clearly. Even with the street light, you can see that she has a lighter shade of skin.
Right.
Now, you also see how they circled around and came back to her.
Right.
One went up to her, grabbed something. The other one kept looking at her, and then they looked at each other. And that's when she said, "Nope, you're not going to do this to anybody else." So they
run the video again.
Okay.
One more time.
Sure. Hold on. Hold on, because you got to see. Okay.
Yeah, we good. I seen enough.
Now, before we jump into this and start our conversation about this, let's understand it's in a country that is riddled with crime. Crime is like opening a bottle of soda every single minute of the day. Everybody in that country is a victim of some type of crime. Okay? Every minute of the day. Now, this woman is military police. And she was charged with murder. Right now, she's actually not even fighting the case. She's actually in prison under murder. So, that's just to give you some understanding of what's happening with the case. Your point of view, Brother Ron.
All right. The reason why I'm trying to figure out is what was really. It's hard to know what was really going on because you can't really hear what they're saying. But all right, you see two guys. One circles back around, and they look like like you said, they look like delivery guys.
Right.
Now, this is where were they asking her, did she know where something was at? But for her to pull out a firearm and unalive these two people tells me that they had bad intentions. They had bad intentions because hold on, my cat is just being too much. Had to scare her out of here.
All right.
All right.
I'm not gonna put any sound, but I'm gonna bring it to a point.
All right. So right there, I'm trying to figure out what did he take from her? Because he looked like he took something from her.
Right.
Maybe her phone.
Right.
Maybe her way to call for help. I don't know. But he took something from her. But what the scary part about it is whatever he took, they didn't leave.
Right.
They stayed.
Right.
So like right here, he took something, right?
Yep.
And then he got back going back to his bike. And that's why I'm assuming that you see how he's looking down?
Right.
That's why I said I'm assuming that maybe he took the phone. But then go ahead and run the rest of the video. And then he looks at him. And then he looks
Right.
back at her. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I get what you're saying.
So it's like, should she be in jail for murder? Personally, this is a hard one for me because I don't know what their intentions were. Yes, it looked like they were trying to rob her. Yes, it looked like they took something from her. Do I think she should have shot him? Personally, yeah. But I'm not looking at it from I'm trying not to look at it from a personally. Now here's the thing. Again, this is why you don't take out the male female aspect of it. You have to leave it there. Now,
Right.
now I'm assuming that these are two men.
They are.
She's a woman.
Right.
Doesn't matter if it's a lit situation, a dark situation, whatever. Two
Right.
men against one woman.
Right.
If she feared for her life to the point where she had to pull out a firearm because we don't know what they were saying, she didn't look like she just wanted to shoot somebody. Maybe there was something there that we don't see as far as what they were saying to each other. But they could have said, we know what, let's just take her with us. I don't know the whole case. But me
Right.
personally, yeah, you should have shot him. Once they came and took something from you and they didn't leave, that means they probably had more intentions. It's just my opinion.
Okay.
There is a slippery slope there because I'm seeing some, I don't know if they, like, let's just say they wasn't there for that. Maybe they was asking for directions. But the
Okay.
fact that they took something from her tells me they had bad intentions because he walked over and he snatched something from her. But what happened after the fact is what concerns me. Is like, how did y'all get to the point where y'all arrest her and put her in jail for murder when it's 2 against 1 and the gun is the equalizer? The gun is the reason why she's still here.
This is very true.
But I'm trying to see it from their perspective because I know Brazil ain't like some place, and even in America, you can be in jail for something that you don't even realize what's happening.
This is even more
But-
true.
Personally, I think she did the right thing. Preserve your life. Should she be in sitting jail? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what it said in court. So that's the part I just can't speak to.
Okay. So let me give you a little bit more information. And I'm going to answer Not Too Late's question. What was she saying? She was screaming, call the police. Okay. That's what she was screaming at the end. Now, the reason why she's saying she's screaming, call the police is because, of course, as Ron just mentioned, she's a woman and these are two guys who just robbed her. Yes, they robbed her for her phone.
Okay.
Okay, because apparently in Brazil, that's like the highest commodity that makes the most money when stolen, our phones. So most of the crimes are based around phones.
Okay.
Right. The other thing is, like you said a moment ago, what was their true intent? What would have been their secondary intent? Brazil is very known for organ donating.
Okay.
Okay, she's a woman. Two guys on motorbikes. Both of them are making
storage
believe
bags.
they got delivery bags on their backs.
Right.
So if it was a point where they didn't know where they were going, why would it take two of them to be traveling together?
Right. I mean,
Right.
I'm trying to
No,
use
no.
all the analytics.
Yeah, right.
There is nothing there that says she shouldn't have shot him. That's
Right.
my whole point. Like, I'm
So-
using analytics to say I don't want to be one to just jump in and say, "Oh, she should have shot him." I'm looking at all of the movements, what went around, why did they U-turn, what was possibly said. I don't really know, but and at the end of the day, don't try to figure all that out. If you in that moment, you preserve your life.
Right.
They elevated it to that moment by taking her phone.
Right.
They made it worth it.
Right.
She's still here. They're not.
This is very true. And that's a good point. And to piggyback off of that good point, also in Brazil, it's very, very known that most, I cannot put a percentage because I haven't read all the stats.
Right.
Yet most of the crimes where someone has been unalived is by a person on a motorbike, aka motorcycle, that has
Wow.
committed the crime of unaliving another person and then riding off, and then never be able to be found because they don't know no license plate. They're not able to be chased with a car because they could squeeze between the smaller buildings. They get away a lot faster, right? So the other thing about this story that I read into is that she's military police. And the reason why they charged her with murder and actually put her in prison for murder is because of the last 2 shots she took. They said that they were incapacitated. There was no reason to finalize 2 additional shots at the person. Now, if you watch the video correctly, she put 2 additional shots into the person that took her phone, not the other person. She shot the other person. She incapacitated the other person, but the person that took her phone, she unalived that person completely.
Right. Now, my thing is this, is that the one that took the phone was the bigger aggressor, right?
That's right.
Then that means that he was the one that had who felt as though he can do what he did. Then why you not give him the most?
This is even more true.
Maybe the other person said, was like, I don't know if we should be doing this, but I don't know. But again, if you take down one, once you got one out the way, you start laying the playing field gets a little more close to even.
That's right.
Because even her having a firearm against 2 men, if one would have got to her first, even though she shot him, the other one would have still been able to get to her second. She wouldn't have had time to shoot both. If she wouldn't have did what she did, she would not have time to defend herself against both of them.
I totally agree. And
so with me personally, yeah, she shouldn't be sitting in jail for that.
No, I agree. She should not be in prison for that, because I also know from many stories that I've read and videos that I have watched. Brazil, as I mentioned before, Brazil is very, 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 very well known for unaliving people on motorbikes. They ride up, unalive a person, and ride off. So usually a person like her, that she's military police, she's already mentally and physically trained herself and others. When you see 2 men on motorbikes, you need to be ready to shoot. Period. Because the police, the police inside Brazil, they get shot at all the time, and they don't find the people who shot at them most of the time. So if we pick the number, like say for example, from 1 to 50, there's 49 shootings against the police department that are unsolved.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Why would you sign up to do a job that you can't even defend yourself?
Because it's you know how the saying goes, you want to make a change,
but making a change, you working under people that are stupid.
That's
like
the
right
unfortunate
now,
side.
You're creating the society, the unlawful society that y'all have is because your law people that are writing your laws are giving them free reign on the citizens.
True.
This is where you don't understand. This is why America, in my opinion, has to stop voting for politicians that wants to attack gun laws. Because as soon as you when you create that atmosphere, you open the door for more criminals. You don't help, you hurt. It gives criminals more reign over the citizens. More.
Right.
Why? Because if I'm a criminal and I've already got my gun and stole them, whatever I ever got, and most of the people that are out there don't have one, I got free reign to the most part.
Right.
You're just out there, you really ain't going to be able to stop. You're just going to make the crime worse by doing that. Now, if in her case, if they said, no, we're not going to charge her at all, guess what the criminal's going to say? Oh, man, we better stop doing this, man, because they out here killing us now. They'll pick a new career. It's called go to work.
They can't work.
That's what stops criminals. When they start unaliving criminals, you don't have to store them in prison.
Right.
And then it tells other criminals that if you go do something and violate to somebody else's property or stealing them or something like that, they unalive you. you're gonna be here. You're gonna be going. They're gonna be out free. Why? Because they're not out here trying to do nothing to nobody. They're protecting their own. These lawmakers they're writing laws that like they're trying to protect criminals. They're not protecting citizens. They're protecting criminals. And the only person that want to protect the criminal is a criminal.
This is even more true.
So if I'm writing a law and say, "Oh, I want to ban firearms," that means that I have a criminal mentality because why would I think that that's going to stop criminals? How dumb do you have to be? The only way I would want to do that is because I got bad intentions and I don't want to be met with a threat of somebody having 30-round capacities.
Right.
Because I wish somebody would explain to me, let's just say limiting people's magazine capacity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please explain to me why is that a topic of conversation in political people's mind? And please tell me, how is that supposed to stop criminals? Right. I would like to know.
And that's part of the problem. Now, if I can just have 1 minute to wrap something up and understanding. In 2023, there was a total of 237 intentional, here's the key word, intentional homicides in the city of Sao Paulo of Brazil. Wow. That's just one city of all of Brazil. What? 237 intentional homicides. That means the intent to go kill somebody specifically, it was intentional. 237 in 2023.
How many people in the population in that area, population-wise, in that area?
I will find that out in a moment. That if you want me to do that, I'll be more than glad to do that. But I wanted to read this to you. This one part of São Paulo, Brazil, right? 18.57% of the crimes that were committed was because the families that were unalived or the members of the family unalived were making approximately $400 US dollars per month. Does that make any sense?
I mean, yeah, because the US dollars, well, it don't make sense what they're doing, but the US dollar has more value and it goes further. We get that part compared to the Brazilian. Now, that's a lot of money over here. I mean, over there. $400 a month in American money is a lot of money over there. I don't know what the ratios are, but it's considered a lot of money. But why, again, if I notice that people are being met with this type of crime rate level, why, and I know that the police will never be able to be there in the moment, why would I go and then try to write laws to, again, like you say, hinder the citizens from protecting themselves from bad people? Hindering good people from protecting themselves from bad people.
Right. Now
you're not making sense.
You're absolutely right. Now let me give you another stat that you just asked for. The amount of people. This is a shocking number. In the city of Sao Paulo, Brazil, there is 12 million people living there.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's definitely safe to say it's overcrowded.
Right.
Okay. 12 million people in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So then, of course, you have to ask the next question behind that is, and this is the bad part.
That's crazy.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, my cat. I had to check my cat. She doesn't know how to behave herself.
Okay, so this was the other part of that. The other part of the statement that I wanted to make.
Right.
So if we're dealing with a city of 12 million people, and the crime is so high that not even the police department can keep up with the crime rate, the next question is, how many people are involved in police?
I
So
don't
I
think
had
they
to
got
find
no
that.
police.
I had to find that answer. So we have 12 million people living in Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Mhm.
We have 80,000 police officers, male and female, in Sao Paulo.
Mhm.
Do the math. 80,000 to 12
No,
million people.
like the state of Pennsylvania has population about 13 million, right?
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong, Pennsylvania's big. So we're not
Right.
all, you know, of course, Philadelphia alone has 1.7 million. New York
Right.
is way higher than that, extremely
Right.
higher. But how are you going to police all that?
Can't.
I mean, unless it's unless it's a very dense area,
Even if it's dense,
how you? I
nobody's
don't even
talking.
know how many. And I can't even tell you how many police officers in the state of Pennsylvania. But again, Pennsylvania has a lot of rural areas, so you don't
Right.
need a lot of the police officers. The vast majority of them is in smaller cities like Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Harrisburg, places like that. But so I wouldn't be surprised if Philadelphia didn't have that many just in Philadelphia.
Well, state level Pennsylvania State Police employs an authorized complement of 4,841 sworn troopers, over 1,850 civilian employees operating across 16 troops.
Yeah, but that's like state police are not like local police.
No, they're not.
They
But
don't
yet-
need that many. Most of them just deal with the traffic.
Okay, that's true.
Now, if you go to the city of Philadelphia, police department, just how many in Philadelphia police? Not statewide, because they don't do what the city does. Like they're mostly traffic, highways. They don't deal with that stuff that the city do. They go help when they can, but
How many
I
people
could
you
not-
said? How many people you said in Philadelphia living approximately?
I think like 1.7 million.
1.7 million people are in the city of Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Police Department consists of over 6,000 police officers.
And guess what? They short-handed.
Of course, they shorthanded. That's why they got to deal with the state. That's why the state got to come over. But if we look at that, if we look at those two numbers alone, you
Right.
said 1.2 million for approximately 9,000 law enforcement officers between state and city, Philadelphia.
Right.
That's 9,000 for 1 million people in Philadelphia.
And guess what? Philadelphia has a crime problem.
I'm sure it does.
So again, it's like
This is why it goes back to what we said in every show, and we say it all the time. If you stop voting for people who hinder your right, you don't have to worry about having other people try to police what's going on.
again, but then when you look at the outside of Philadelphia, because in Philadelphia you got to conceal carry, you got to go get a permit.
Right.
Outside of Philadelphia, the rules changed drastically.
This is even more true. I read it up.
So, but the city of Philadelphia has the higher crime rate.
This is also true.
When you get out of the city of Philadelphia, state of Pennsylvania, isn't it nowhere near as bad? It's just
No, it's not.
Guess
Because
what?
like
You can actually go to the state of New York and compare it to the city of New York, and there's going to be a drastic difference.
Oh, absolutely. Look, I can tell you firsthand, it's drastically different.
Right. And people don't realize is that having access to the best weapons possible to defend yourself against government tyranny is the bigger picture. But that also, the smaller picture in that is to also have access to the best weapons possible to defend yourself against stupid people.
This
And
is more
stop
true.
and these lawmakers need to stop feeling sorry for criminals, people that have
This is
bad
more true.
intentions.
This
That
is
I
even more
don't
true.
even get with that. Oh, well, you know, if they come in and they rob your store, just let them rob your store and then call 911. Then what? You love criminals that much politicians, you love criminals that much that you want them to come into the store, take whatever they want, leave out the store, and nothing happens.
That's because they're retarded.
So I'm out. You as a politician, that means that you want to be able to come into my store, take away my livelihood, and leave, and nothing happens to you.
And we know that ain't happening.
So my point is this: the only person that can think that way, you must be a criminal.
You have to be a
person
criminal.
that doesn't have a criminal mindset is going to say, "Why would I protect criminals who's out there doing bad and tough?" No, we need to make sure that the people have the right to defend themselves against people with bad intentions.
Absolutely, but that's why.
And guess what happens with the people with bad intentions? If I'm one person with bad intentions, and there's 50 people that are good with good intentions, and I go try to do something, I'm gonna have to deal with all 50.
This is true.
They're gonna have to deal with just one of me with the bad intentions. Most people have good intentions. The ones that have bad intentions, y'all refuse to keep away anyway. Y'all let them back out in the street.
Right, and that's the reason why. And that's the reason why I agree when you turn around and say that you cannot infringe on the Second Amendment. You cannot infringe on the 14th Amendment because both of those amendments coincide when it comes to owning a firearm.
Right.
And when you apply government tyranny, and this is where a lot of people don't understand, government tyranny funnels down to your local police department. That's the government tyranny that should not be allowed to happen, because when you have local police departments coming in telling you what you can and what you cannot do, that's a violation of your right.
Right. That's where it's. But here's the thing, and this is why they're able to pull that off, because you can write all law all you want to. And the enforcer of the law is where it matters. More.
Wouldn't that also be very similar to the person that writes the law is the criminal, because the criminal knows what law the other criminals are not going to abide by.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like the law writer already know they're not going to abide by it. Why? Because they don't want to get caught up in that law because they're criminal. So I'm gonna write a law. If I want to get away with being a thief, but yet I run to be a politician, and then I want to write laws to be able to be a thief and get away with it, so I can go out there and do theft.
Yeah,
that's it. And I won't be. And I want to make sure that the people don't have a right to punish me when I get caught.
That's right.
So now, as I'm funneling this illegal money, let me come back, refresh again.
As Ron stepped away, 30-second commercial.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
And we're back.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. And Jay, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I don't like it. As I think these politicians, I don't think people realize how criminal minded they really are when they talk that way.
Right.
They don't realize that they're talking in favor of criminals, not law-abiding citizens, not people that are trying to build lifestyle. They're talking and they're making laws in favor of giving criminals full reign over your life and put you in the victim state, as opposed to, no, I'm going to deal with you if I had to deal with you. And that's why I don't agree. That's why when I always say, and I know we're getting ready to close out soon, but that's why I always say that whenever I hear a politician talking about banning guns, limiting capacities, and all that other stuff, they will never get my vote, because that's where it starts.
Right.
That's where, in my opinion, it starts. The rest, I don't have to hear no more. That's enough for me. And if I look at your history and I find a video or conversation where you was talking that way and now you're trying to flip the script, I still don't trust you.
Right. No, yeah, of course. I agree. So, and it's the unfortunate side that we have to deal with people like that. And it just happens to be that way. No, but if we just stick to our guns,
I like that one. Put you in.
we don't have to worry about anybody trying to take anything from us.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100. Stick to your guns. And we mean that.
Yes, literally.
Not a figure of speech. That's literally. Stick to your guns. Great show, bro. Great show, man. Great show. Really, real talk, man. I love Fire on Fridays, and even though I was tired today, I muscled through it.
We appreciate you sticking it through there, brother.
Yeah, man. But make sure y'all tune in Sunday, 12 o'clock noon, for Man, I Missed That Car.
Yes.
This will be our second episode of that. That was a great show last week. I mean, it was real good, and I think the concept is pretty good, and I'm hoping we can, we're going to continue on with that show. But I think it was a great show, and I think it's a positive. It brings positive energy, and we're gonna see what happens this Sunday. It was a good show, man. I enjoyed myself today.
I'm just waiting till you finish.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
It was a fabulous show.
Yeah. I'm woke. But also, you know what? Nah, I'm not done. Make sure y'all take advantage of the OG Network 26 promo code. Make sure y'all getting that top to bottom hair and skincare products. I left out today. Let me tell y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a little story. I left out today and I took my shower or whatever, and I used my Vanilla Bean body wash. But I didn't go no further. I got in my car. I was driving. I happened to look at my ashy hands, and they were extremely ashy.
How dare you?
I said, what was I thinking?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I know. And I said, man, I forgot I forgot to at least put some on the hands, bro. Like, it was crazy. But like I said, make sure y'all take advantage of that promo code. Get that 15% discount. All your purchases are $35 or more. I'll probably be placing me another order soon because I'm running low on some stock.
Can I believe you walk outside with ashy arms?
Yeah, no. And I walked out the house with ashy. I didn't even check the elbows. I never even made it past the hands. I was like, if the hands is like that.
Elbows, ankles, knees. You ain't.
But it's all good. It's all good. It's all fun. But it was just a thought that I had after I got in the car and I'm driving. I look at my hand like, why my hands
looking like you was messing around in salt?
I'm like, why the back of my hands match the front of my hand?
Damn. Straight messing around with bone marrow all day long.
But we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it very, very much. And make sure y'all come in Sunday again, 12 o'clock noon. For Man, I Missed That Car. And then Monday, we'll have Philly Talk at 7 o'clock p.m. And then it's back to Friday, Fire on Friday. I'm going to probably limit myself when it comes to these type of shows. Because I was busy. I was doing a lot. So I'm probably going to stick to the 3 shows that I have right now. I don't think I'm going to add anything into other than when I do individually wise, like, because I'll pop up randomly, whatever, and do my lives randomly. But these are the 3 stationary shows that I'm going to try to stick to for a while. Because YouTube is a lot. It's a lot. And, when the days that I had that I wasn't doing them at night, and it felt good to kind of just be able to go to sleep and not have to worry about it. And I ain't gonna lie, it did. So that's why I'm kind of glad we kind of it's scaled back a little bit for now. But I know eventually, depending on how things play out at the end of the year, we'll, when you guys ready to come back, if you want to come back, we'll add in the top to bottom Wednesdays. But outside of that, I'm just like, feels good to be chilling, and it does. I didn't realize how busy I was until it slowed down. I was like, what in the world? I don't know how I'm doing. But I mean, outside of me, I'm still going to do my, investment talks. I'm still going to have my random lives that I do in between that. Right, but it's a lot. YouTube is a lot. It is. It's a lot of work, and you're powerless to YouTube policies.
Yeah.
And that's why, you know, I encourage people to do it because you enjoy doing it. Don't try to do it because of money, rather it's YouTube, Facebook, or whatever. Just do it. Enjoy what you're doing.
Right,
So you
right.
enjoy what you're doing. If money or something like that happen to be a benefit, it is. But you're powerless to what they can do and control. And if they don't like something that you're saying or something that you're doing or the way you're doing it, you're at the mercy of whatever it is. And I've learned that through the time of me doing YouTube. And thank God I'm most of the people in our OG network family is my channel is larger than theirs than they are and a lot of them are still going through the process of trying to grow their channel and stuff. So I'm glad I'm the one that's suffering all of the bull crap. That way they kind of get a bird's eye view of what it is to do this before they waste. That way they can know for sure if they want to be serious about it. You know what I mean? Because they see what they. I have no copyright strikes. I have none of that stuff. I had a 10-year-old video on there that was there 10 years ago, and that's what they want. That was what it is. And I mean, I got rid of it, but it's just I thought about this, and I'm gonna close out with this part. I thought about this, and I said, YouTube recently rewrote their policy, right? And I want to compare. I'm using this to compare this to politics. If I want to make somebody a felon, all I got to do is go rewrite the law. Right. Let's just say I want to make everybody that's bald-headed a felon.
Right.
So I get together with Congress, along with the president. We write law. So everybody, if your hair don't grow, you're going to jail. You're going to be a felon. And somehow or another, everybody vote, and the president signs off on it.
Right.
Now it's like you said, the police department is now out there policing people that have bald heads. That's how easy that is to change a policy to mess up people's life.
Right.
So when I hear people say I don't pay attention to politics, you're a fool. Sorry. You don't like what I'm saying? That's cool. You're a fool. These people are making decisions on your life every single day, and you wonder why it's hard, but you don't know why. You don't know why it's hard because you're sitting back in a hope and a prayer that it's just going to work out for you. Like these people have your livelihood and your best intentions in mind when they're doing what they're doing. No, what they have in mind is, in most cases, I'm not saying every single politician. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of these people, especially the career ones, they're looking out for their own best interest. Right. So for you not to pay attention and not one thing I try not to do is get emotionally invested.
Right.
Intellectually invested is different than emotion. Emotionally invested is just going to make you mad and angry because of what you hear and what you see, and you're not really paying attention. You're just running on emotions.
Right.
When you're intellectually invested, you sit back, you listen, you observe, you watch, you consume, and then you look at what makes sense.
Right.
And then you make an intelligent decision on that. And usually you most of the time you'll end up on the right end of it.
Most of the time,
when you start to run off the emotions, you're going to make a mistake. That's why when somebody's getting ready, when you're thinking about something wrong, doing something wrong, stop. Give it some more thought. Try not to react so fast. Calm yourself down. Somebody make you mad, don't go get a firearm and just say, I'm going to go solve the problem. Don't go get a baseball bat and just say, I'm going to go solve the problem. That guy that Jay showed the video to about with the baseball bat, he was mad at the wrong person.
Yeah.
He was mad at the mailman. The mailman job. Now, if the mailman was stealing your paychecks and using them, maybe I can sympathize with that. But your woman was messing around with the mailman.
Literally.
That mailman don't owe you no loyalty, but your woman does. If she's your woman, obviously she's not. She's available to the community, which it is what it is.
Right.
That's who you're supposed to be mad at, and that don't mean you go hurt her or beat her up. You get away from her. That's how you do it. If someone makes you that angry that you want to do violent acts, then the best thing you can do is take yourself out the equation. Calm down, settle it down, take yourself out the equation, and that way you and look for peace.
Right.
Find peace somewhere.
Right.
Take a ride in your car, play some music, something. Find peace.
Right.
Stay away from that, because the more you stay away from that, if you're with somebody that makes you that angry that you can't trust them, then why are you still there? The decision he should have made in that was, well, you know what? The mailman can have you. Now he ain't got to worry about hiding and sneaking. I'm going to be gone. Take myself out the equation.
Right.
Let him know that you don't have to worry about me no more. I'm not mad at him. I'm upset with you, but I'm going to leave the situation. I'm not going to give you a second chance to do what you did. Your loyalty was supposed to be to me, rather it's male or female, doesn't matter, one or the other. And it's not.
Right.
Now, if that's a lifestyle y'all into, then why are you mad? But obviously that's not a lifestyle y'all into. So, but it's not worth you going and out there getting violent and beating up somebody. Take yourself out the equation. Something gets you riled up that much.
Stop it.
Then you right there, that is that moment that you take yourself out the equation and say, you know what? This is not healthy for me, and it's definitely not healthy for you. This is not what you want. I'm not what you want. The mailman is. So to make you more available to the mailman, I'll just pull myself out the equation.
Exactly. That's the easiest way to do it. Remove yourself from it. Yep.
You'll be all right. Trust me when I tell you, you'll be all right. When it might hurt for a couple of weeks because you missed the person, but you're gonna be all right. And guess what's gonna happen when you be all right? You're gonna be like, man, I'm glad I didn't do nothing crazy.
Yeah.
With that said, I'm done. Anything else, my brother?
No, brother. Once again, as always, I'd like to say thank you very much for allowing me to be a co-host on the show. Allowing me to be part of your show. Appreciate it. And let's just keep rocking with it, brother.
Say hello to Uncle Jay. Say hello.
Hey, Rosie.
Say hello to Uncle Jay. Say hello, Uncle Jay. How you doing?
Meow.
Say hello, Uncle Jay. She is like, bro, you see how I've been fighting with her the whole time I've been here.
Yeah.
She's a big child, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my cats. I do. I'm glad I got them, but she's a big child. Like,
I could tell.
Lily give you a minute. She'll come in here and let you rub her for a minute and walk away, give you a middle finger, like middle paw, like get out of my face, leave me alone. But this one here, she's like daddy's little girl kind of.
Okay.
But it's all good, man. But we appreciate y'all hitting that like button, hit the subscribe button for both channels.
Thanks.
And we will see you soon. And we get ready to get up out of here. Where's my theme music?
All right, brother Ron. As always, a pleasure. Till Sunday,
Yes,
when
brother.
we meet again.
Stay up and y'all stay blessed, bro.
Fuck OG. Firearm Friday show. Step in, we come live. Yeah. OG network on. Whole room for the vibe. Yeah. Run, talk, let it slide. Opinions don't matter. Keep that mouth closed up. When the bass get fatter, that tatula in the cut, got the whole block jumping. Go to loud laugh, make the whole night something. Hands up, don't panic, we came for the win. Flow start shaking when the crew walk in.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you. No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
When we around your Firearm Friday, heavy on the chest, not a game, not a test.